Hello, friends. We're back again. Welcome to Fightful. It's November 13th, 2025. I am at Joel Pearl, thejoelpearl.com on Blue Sky. It's time for your TNA Impact post show. Words I haven't said in 4 long weeks. And will I ever say them again? I just don't know. But it's been a long time, and I'm very happy to say that I am rejoined one more time, once again, possibly for the last time. I don't even know, because at this point we have a lot to talk about. One and only the new Friday Night SmackDown co-host. Is she leaving me forever? I don't know. But Cresta Starr is here, and she is back and better than ever. Hello, Cresta. I missed you.
I missed you too, Joel Pearl. I had the itch to watch wrestling, and every time I would put on an old TNA, I could hear Joel Pearl saying, "This production sucks," and I missed you a little bit more.
The audio went out of sync during the Knockouts World Title match.
Brother, I thought it was just me. At the end, it happened too. Indi Hartwell got jobbed by reverb.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Wow.
TNA, baby. Nice to come back, and TNA's like, do you like wrestling? Because I don't.
A lot of people feeling a lot of ways about tonight's show. Impact was live tonight. First time back since Bound for Glory, where they crowned Mike Santana as the new TNA World Champion, overcoming Trick Williams. And tonight, TNA crowned Frankie Kazarian as the new TNA World Champion instead of Mike Santana.
This is twice in my life I have seen TNA do a LOL TNA to specifically Mike Santana. Specifically Mike Santana. And not to quote Doofenshmirtz, it's not a lot, but it's crazy that it happened twice. What?
This is the most TNA thing that has ever happened in TNA, and there's someone in the back who's just laughing along with this insanity.
The number 2 promotion is back, baby. After a month away, the number 2 promotion is back, delivering the moments that we have come to expect from the number 2 promotion in the United States. TNA, 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 TNA. Let's effing go.
No, that's the other company. That's Tony's company, is Let's Effing Go.
No, that's for the sickles, pal.
This one is Let's Effing Do Nothing.
No, they did something. It was a choice what they did. They definitely did something.
The amount of people I'm watching just look at this and say, huh? Here's a really good example of this. At 9:45 Eastern, going into the main event, Rob Wilkins, who does our thumbnails, is like, what would you like? Sean is asking that we do Joe Hendry, because we dropped over on Fightful Select Best 599 in the business a big Joe Hendry upgrade. Spoiler alert, he's with WWE now. If the last 3 months haven't shown you anything, he has officially moved from TNA over to WWE. He's there now. He works there now. Probably, in hindsight, the smartest thing ever. And I was like, I ain't fighting that. That's probably the biggest story of the night. And then Frankie Kazarian won the world title, and I was like, nah, stick with Joe Hendry. It's the biggest story of the night.
I love TNA, man.
I can't help but to just continue to be amazed by this promotion. I know Joel and I are gonna have a lot to say on this tomorrow, but they had a month off, and then they do this, and I could not contain my excitement. I had to jump on here, say hi to my pal Cresta. Unfortunately, deal with Joel a little bit more this week.
Love Joel.
Can I put something over real quick? So I don't know if some of y'all don't watch everything Sean does. He asked who should do the post show for War Games, and he asked the chat. And someone in the chat pitched Jeremy and Cresta.
Oh, that'd be great.
And Sean said, absolutely not.
Wow.
Yeah. We're the 2 bad kids.
You don't
nothing would get done.
Nothing
would trust you clowns.
Yo, come on. You know what rhymes with Fightful? Clowns. So don't be a coward, okay? Let us do it. Give the people what they want. Get everybody at Sean Ross Sapp and say you want Jeremy and Cresta to do the War Games, the NXT Gold Rush, whatever it was. Yes.
He's gonna give you like NWA 73 or some shit.
Oh,
I'm not
that aired. I mean,
afraid.
that aired. That's been airing for 8 months now at this point.
I feel like I think 77 is the show they did.
Maybe. They're going to be like, how was the War Games review? And it's like, well, Jeremy and Cresta, I don't think talked wrestling at all. And they just cracked a bunch of jokes for 2 hours. And I don't even know who won the main event. It's like, yeah, that sounds about right.
How much
These
money did you
fans
make,
won
though?
the main event.
For some reason, 50,000 views. And
Cresta's a draw. Cresta's entertaining.
The numbers don't lie, Sean Ross.
Right.
Feed yourself.
How'd you guys get $5,000 in super chats? We didn't talk about wrestling on the wrestling show.
Who could possibly want to do that? Me and Cresta are all about committing the bits as well. We'll dress up for this whole thing. Come on now. We'll wear the camo. Whatever we got to do to get this thing over.
My dad was in the Army. I'll go pilfer his stuff. What up?
There we go. There we go. Oh my gosh. I love this company. It is by far the #2 promotion in America. There is never a dull moment with TNA. I can't help but to respect their game. I'm going to have so much fun with this nonsense tomorrow. Joel knows I hate talking about TNA on Fridays because he has to review it today. And I'm like, oh, God, now I got to talk about it. I don't have anything to add. Nothing happens on these shows. This was a shot of like, you know what? Something's going to happen on this show, Jeremy. And boy, did they deliver in the greatest way possible. Joel's going to be angry tomorrow. I can't believe they did this. And I'm just going to cackle. I hope you recognize Joel.
Because if I was really into this, I would be legitimately upset. But let me tell you something about professional wrestling. Nothing matters. And TNA. Oh, I love you, man. You're great.
See, this is why me and Cresta get along. It's like we don't have emotional attachment to this. Do the dumbest shit you can possibly do. We're here to laugh at it.
I have so much stuff to say tonight. Joel is gonna be sick of me. Grand opening, grand close. He's like, go away again, Cresta.
I got 1 hour on the clock. Some people need to sleep tonight.
Y'all have a great post show. They certainly gave you a great show to review. Joel, I will see you tomorrow. Cresta, always great to see you.
See you at the War Games review.
He'll see me unless I stroke out on the show.
Joel is gonna go see the king personally. He's had it.
Oh. Where do we even begin? So once again, Fightful select the best $5.99 in the business. Go ahead, subscribe, get all your exclusive news. We got plenty on last night's AEW Blood and Guts and the outcomes and the everything that happened after that. Who's okay? Who needs some work? Maybe some dental work ahead for Jamie Hayter. And of course, we got news tonight. Joe Hendry and his WWE status. Spoiler alert: he goes there now. If you didn't realize, he's there. He's firmly there. If you watched TNA. Victory Road back in Edmonton in September when they gave him a big old standing ovation that night, and then the next night they wrote him off on TV and he didn't come back for Bound for Glory. You should probably read the tea leaves, but it's official. He's there, and I think at this point a lot of people are going to look at that and say, "Oh no, that was pretty smart in hindsight. I think he made the right choice, not just monetarily, but man, he might be booked better than whatever we just saw." Frankie Kazarian is the new TNA World Champion. He cashed it in. Call your shot. They announced on Monday that a Turning Point, which is tomorrow, by the way, and they announced the entire card tonight because it's not like they had 4 weeks to set it up. But anyway, they are going to do a tag match, and the tag match is Macklin and Santana, the at the time world and international champions, respectively, taking on the Call Your Shot champions, which is another thing that definitely got people talking after Bound for Glory. That's Nick Nemeth and Frankie Kazarian. But now that has been used, but has it? Does Nick Nemeth still get to use his Call Your Shot now that he also won? How does this work? Was it ever explained? No, it was not. Kazarian won. Well-deserved. I'm not going to take this away. Cresta, I will throw to you in a minute. I'm going to get this off my chest. Frankie Kazarian has been with TNA for a very long time, barring a few years out. He is well-deserving. his return to TNA, the work that he's put in, the character that he's built, the way he does business there is almost immaculate. Great dude. I don't hear a terse word about him. It's deserved that he gets a world title. Never, ever, 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 ever take those words and spin them the wrong way. The way that they went around it definitely makes people feel a certain kind of way, and I get it, because you just crowned another world champion at Bound for Glory after a huge holdout on that. You gave the catharsis, and the first night in, you take it back. That is not what you think this is, TNA Creative. That's not what you think this is. Cresta Starr, take it away.
To quote JDC, not from tonight, but from a couple of months ago, I hate professional wrestling. Let me tell you a few things about this. I'm going to be as nice as I can be. First of all, it's glad to be back. I'm glad to be back. TNA did a lot of TNA things today, but I expected that. And because I chose to be sports entertained, Frankie Kazarian winning doesn't surprise me. I'm surprised they did it tonight. If anything, I'm surprised they did it tonight. However, like I said at the top of the show, it's kind of sad that a LOL TNA moment happened twice to Mike Santana. Twice. It happened to Joe Hendry too. And it kind of sucks, but it's like, I know Santana's probably leaving. Hey, come on. Hey, yo, hey. Also, tonight there was a lot of TNA callbacks, but there was mostly ex-WWE people and NXT people on this show, with the exception of maybe like 10 people. And 10 is me being generous. You did your big one tonight, TNA, and I'm glad to be back. And I see what's happening here, and I choose to be sports entertained. You guys did your big one. That was classy as hell. I can't wait to see how this turns out.
Speaking of turning out, why don't you leave a thumbs up on the video, because y'all are going to turn out for this. And also, you could subscribe to the channel. We are always dropping content. We're back, baby. We never left, but we're back. And you can donate a super chat. Any amount, get your question or statement read on the air. Humperchats.com is your other option. It's been a while, Cresta. Do you remember the pitch, and would you like to give it?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, thank you so much for engaging with us on this TNA post-show program over here on Fightful. If you would like to get your comment, question read on air, and you don't want to leave a super chat, you can head on over to humperchats.com. Yes, that's right, humperchats.com. You can leave your question or statement in the box. Myself and Joe Pearl will go over it. You leave us $1, $5, $500. It's great. We get to keep a little bit more of the proceeds, and you're just a little bit more jazzy. That's humperchats.com.
They say $500 make you holler, right?
Yes.
Couple of super chats. Matt Rickhill saying TNA is being TNA. In many ways, they'll never give it up, baby. They are,
as advertised.
If nothing else, they are consistent as consistency gets.
That's true.
Volib sends a super chat saying, nah, Joel and Cresta, keep doing this. The payday is worth the nonsense. I talked about this on In the Weeds. I said TNA taking 4 weeks off was great for my mental health, terrible for my pocketbook. Wasn't getting paid to do these weekly reviews. I told people very publicly, very honestly, I get a lump sum for things I do on Overbooked, and I get a per appearance on the main channel. That's why I'm here on Thursday nights. This is a separate payday from my other job. My other job being a lateral move to our sister channel, Fightful Overbooked, where I host In the Weeds with Jeremy Lambert, who was here earlier. That show is daily. You can catch me Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. SP3, who's also co-hosted on this channel multiple times. He does Tuesdays and Thursdays. Jeremy, all 5 days. Volib, I can't give it up. But who knows what the future holds, because Fightful Select has lots of changes in the future. I'll leave it at that. Cresta, did you see last week there was a video going around from the Elegances during open fight night, in which they were awarding a 1-year contract to Mr. Elegance, who are they are going to pick?
I did see that. And I thought about bringing back the mustache.
We did our own, Jeremy and I. We created our own. Jeremy created his own. I edited this. I don't know if you've seen this.
I have not. I would like to be sports entertained.
Would you guys like to see Mr.
Say yes.
Elegance?
Type 1 in chat. Say yes.
How about we do this? I'm gonna air this right now. For those who haven't seen it, Jeremy Lambert should be Mr. Elegance because we got a super chat. I'll you know what? Play it afterwards. How about y'all? Y'all should enjoy
Jeremy
this.
Lambert.
Wait a minute. That's an interview that I'm doing with someone else later on. Let's try that again. That's an interview with Steve Macklin that's coming. That's coming soon. Why don't I try this one more time? I promise I'm not a complete idiot. I am a complete idiot. All right. Are we ready?
I am ready. Chat wants it now.
Here it is.
Oh, didn't see you there. I'm in the weeds as Jeremy Lambert, and I hear you're looking for elegance. Mr. Elegance should know all about championships and supernatural forces.
Main channel mana, everybody, and here we go.
Sir!
God damn, that is such good shit. And I have been healed, everyone. The mana has healed my shoulder.
Mr. Elegance can't be afraid to get a little bit dirty.
Oh no. Oh dear.
Mr. Elegance must have a drive for this business.
Breaking everything.
Mr. Elegance should be beautiful. Mr. Elegance can't be afraid to jump in at a moment's notice. Mr. Elegance, I'm what you're looking for.
There's actually a part that didn't make it into that cut. For those who missed it, we actually also got an endorsement from TNA Hall of Famer Angelina Love. So I don't have it in this cut, but it's on the socials cut over on YouTube.
I have 2 words for you. Absolute cinema. I got no notes. 10 out of 10 no notes. Yo. Martin Scorsese should be quaking right now.
You know what? Since it's out there, I'm just gonna, since I started showing. So here's a little teaser from that Macklin interview.
Jeremy Lambert, whom you know just as well, is thinking that he can be Mr. Elegance. Do you think Jeremy could be Mr. Elegance? No.
Gotta hit a gym.
He runs. He planks. He's got a gas tank, allegedly.
All right. Well, I can see that. He could be one of those like MMA guys that comes out, you look at it like, there's no way, and then he kicks the crap out of somebody. So you never, you know what? I shouldn't judge a book by its cover.
Everyone sees that one tall, and he's tall, by the way, tall, lanky dudes, and you're just like, ain't no way. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, there is a way. Put him in a suit. I've seen him in a suit. It's.
I wish they did like it. To me, I would love an idea where they did almost like The Bachelor, the Rosals.
You could do it. There's still time.
There's plenty of time. You can bring back Wrestling House.
Oh God.
So you
Macklin
can
talking sense.
Hold on.
by the way, that interview's coming to Fightful Overbooked very soon.
Hold on. I watched the show because I want to see what Crest has to say. Not you, Joel.
Oh, I can't believe
see you play my Mr. Elegance video.
I explained it was
I
the
know.
long cut and what's on the end. Okay.
I know, But then you play the Macklin video
Oh, yeah, they
that
need to-
buries me.
Yeah.
So I am here to show that, yes, I did get the endorsement from TNA Hall of Famer, from one half of the beautiful people, Angelina Love.
Jeremy
I'm
Lambert, if you don't
Angelina
win this,
Love,
that's a rig.
and I endorse Jeremy Lambert as the new Mr. Elegance.
Thank you.
Clock that.
It's on the socials. It's there.
I know.
Explained it.
But we got to let the people know, Joel. You're over here playing Macklin, burying me, and then not Angelina Love, who a TNA Hall of Famer. Where's Steve Macklin's TNA Hall of Fame ring, huh?
I
Doesn't
think
have
he'll get
one.
in a few years, when he's done.
I don't know about that.
Oh, he's pretty good. People like him.
I used to like him. I used to. But
I
then,
like him more now than I did in the beginning. I think he's great and fantastic now.
who else has a TNA Hall of Famer? And one half of the beautiful people endorsing them for Mr. Elegance. Not Ben Bishop, that's for sure. Nobody else who's done a submission. I don't know who else has done one, but I bet they
It's
don't
time
have
to call
it either.
Samoa Joe. See what he says.
I mean, I bet Samoa Joe would endorse me. I tried to get Matt Hardy to endorse me. He didn't know this thing was even happening.
Ask
AJ
Kurt Angle. He's the nicest guy on X right now.
There was another TNA star that also had no idea that this was happening.
Yeah, AJ Francis had no idea this whole thing was happening either. They're like, what's Mr. Elegance? What are they doing on this show? I was like, do you not watch a product that's been off for a month?
Hey,
No.
come on now. I don't even do my own homework. Stop it, pal.
Cresta, your reactions made the video even better.
Because you know what? I respect the commitment.
Thank
I
you.
respect someone who does the most and the least simultaneously, because
Thank
that
you.
was great.
That's my whole goal. If nothing else, I am always committed to the bit. If nothing else, I'm
Hold on.
always here to yell at Joel,
Yes.
Josh, and
So
so
first
yell
of
at
all-
Josh as well.
He sent this. Josh sent a super chat saying, "Why the F is Mr. Elegance here? Oh, Joel's here. He must have needed someone to yell at." Yeah,
He'd
that's
fit right in with Iceman, just yelling at people.
That's true. And the other thing he said was say his name and he appears. Someone believes in Mr. Elegance. Back to yell at Joel. Yeah, well, he did. He
I've
freaked
missed
me out.
Joel. I've missed Joel this week because he was running from the grind on In the Weeds. He only did two show Joel out here.
Too so dull.
Kinda.
So I've not been able to yell at him as much as usual this week. So I got
I
to come
had-
on his show to
Had
yell
things
at
to
him.
do. I had things to do.
I know. You're okay, and that's the only reason I make the joke. Because if something was really wrong,
Of
I
course.
wouldn't do it. I'm gonna yell at Joel tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern on In the Weeds. Bye again, everybody.
So long, Jeremy. Orion Ben saying, praying for Joel and Cresta's sanity at this time. If you haven't figured it out in the first 23 minutes and we've accomplished nothing because it's easier than confronting the reality of, as
My
Kaza
sanity's
says,
fine.
what the F just happened.
TNA just happened. Come on, now it's Thursday. You know what that means.
All right. I don't even know where to start.
Let's start from the top. Let's start from the top. Ease your way into it like parallel parking.
I'm gonna start from the top and we're gonna go right to the end because
Okay.
it opens with the Santana promo. You've got you whooped Trick chants from the Full Sail crowd, and I thought that was really fun. You whooped Trick, and then Santana's like, "Yeah, it did take too long." I was like, "Oh, you know, it took too long." Mike Santana thanks the fans, recaps his journey, calls out young talent, says, Nick Nemeth, Frankie Kazarian, whatever, someone's gonna call your shot, and then he's like, anyone, any company, 3 letters, doesn't matter. And then Ryan Nemeth comes out and says Nick's delayed, his flight's delayed, but he'll be here. And Santana's like, I'll beat up Nick whenever, but first I'll beat you up. Okay, say okay. And that was how we set up this match. Ryan Nemeth versus Mike Santana. So this is for the TNA World Title at the end of the night. Barely starts. Nick Nemeth makes it, walks through the backstage and gets assaulted by someone in a hood. And then the lower card of NXT and Evolve show up. And they beat down Mike Santana. And Robbie E. Robert Stone, the Evolve commentator who was never on NXT anymore, gets a chair. And they get a chair over Santana's wrist and they do the stomp on the chair. Don't think Santana's actually injured. I don't think so, but we'll find out soon enough as people inquire. I think it's really just a way to heap some babyface sympathy on this now former champion. And I'm thinking to myself, why is Stax Lorenzo in here? He's Ariana's soon-to-be husband, and she's back in NXT, or she's back in TNA. Ariana Grace. We'll talk about that in a minute. Typical office culture where management says everything's fine and the workers are like, the hell it is. Santana's arm gets messed up, and then out comes Kazarian. He does the call your shot gauntlet trophy submission, hits an immediate fade to black. They get a near fall, and then eventually turns it into Kazarian rolling up Mike Santana, winning the world championship. And that's where we are. So the NXT guys come back. They're upset about what I don't know, because their own mediocrity is not TNA's fault. And they're going after TNA for what? Because Trick lost? There's no real reasoning here other than we're upset because you can't find us on television. You can't really find TNA much on television either. But anyway, it's not to be confused there. And that's where we're at, from the top of the show to the bottom. The thread being Mike Santana showed up happily in the first night and got beat, and they thought this was the idea that was worth doing.
Yeah, that last sentence, they thought this was the idea worth doing. Choices 2025. I'm going to start with what I absolutely liked, and then I'm going to punch you guys in the balls when I'm done. I loved Mike Santana's opening rah-rah statement. There's something about a grown man getting sunned on national television. When Ryan Nemeth tried to grab him and he grabbed his hand and said, what are we doing? What are we doing? A grown man tell you, say okay on national television. I would try to make myself explode. I'd close my eyes. And, there's no way. That's so embarrassing. But I thought this was great. A great first bout. We're just coming back to TV. We're at Full Sail. Let people get it. Yes. Now, let me tell you about this main event, because, baby, I didn't take any notes for the Mike Santana versus Ryan Nemeth. The finish was never in doubt until Nick Nemeth's music hit, didn't come out. Somebody attacked him. I'm like, either you're debuting or NXT. And it was NXT.
I thought it was Kazarian, because they're the first one. Because no one's explained what the call your shot gauntlet thing is. Like, is it first one to cash in? Is it one gets to do it, then the other? Like, no one.
That's leading to a triple threat. That's leading to a triple threat of sorts between Nick, Kazarian, and Santana. I don't know how that works out, but that's where that's leading to. I thought there was an NXT guy, because the hair didn't match Kazarian's. It was a light brown. I was like, you could be somebody who's debuting or NXT. Here comes all the NXT people. And that's when I was like, this makes no sense. I smell a stunt. And I feel really bad for Mike Santana. And I was like, I had to break the fourth wall for a second because I was about to get offended. Is Mike Santana's contract coming up? Is he about to leave? Is WWE about to get him? And somehow for all three, I got yes. So I knew in that moment he was about to get screwed over. I don't know how, but he was. When Frankie Kazarian came out for a split second, when he kicked out of the first Fade to Black, or when he dropped him or whatever it was, I was like, okay, Mike Santana, going to put him over strong. You just got beat up, which was really messed up. And then Kazarian won. That was a very lol TNA moment. Why did medical, in kayfabe, why did medical allow that? What is happening here? Why would you let that happen? What? In storyline, all I could do was laugh. Because we wanted Mike Santana. But then I remember we also wanted Joe Hendry. Then I also remembered you guys have a partnership with WWE. And you know what WWE likes to do? You want it? You want it? Oh, you want it? It's 5 years later. Here, take it. God damn, you still want it. I feel bad. I hope Mike Santana finds success. But this was horrible to do to him. This was very horrible to do to him. Don't even get me started on the Knockouts Championship. But
we'll get
Mike
there.
Santana, you deserve better. You deserved better than this. But it's LOL TNA. What can I do? What can I say? I expected this.
There are going to be a lot of people who are going to try and defend this as, oh, it's good heat. Oh, it's babyface. You're going to build the babyface sympathy. It's like, well, no, because you just spent a month not doing anything with him. You just spent a month keeping him off TV. You didn't put him on NXT. You didn't do anything with Santana. You told him, go home, enjoy your time with your daughter. Meanwhile, Santana's working the indies. You didn't do anything with this time. You basically just said, see you in a month, and you'll be the first one out. You told him you're going to be the guy, but you're not going to be the guy for long. And it's again, there are going to be people who tell you this is a good idea because, okay, maybe he wins the title back at Final Resolution. Maybe he wins the title back at Genesis. Maybe his contract is coming to an end, and maybe this is just the way that they're dealing with writing him off for the foreseeable future. Regardless, it's been bungled for a very long time. I see a lot of people talking about the TNA and WWE partnership. The best thing I can explain, and it's the way I've been explaining it throughout the entirety of this partnership, TNA was always going to be the lesser in this scenario.
Number two company.
Yeah, number 2 company, but they're partnered with the number 1. Sure. I don't care what I don't care what your ranking is. I don't. But my point is, if you're going up with WWE, NXT, whatever, the benefit for WWE was that they were going to get free looks at talent and be able to cross them over and see how they integrate with the NXT ecosystem. And if they like what they saw, they were going to sign you. That was never in doubt. I don't think anyone in TNA was going to think that it was going to be anything different. They saw it as like almost like a feeder to the feeder system. Meanwhile, TNA was, at the time when it started, they were going to get a lot of the younger, newer WWE talent coming in through their shows, working with former WWE wrestlers or WWE creative people who worked in WWE, who have experience working in that culture, kind of helping lead them in a place that they deemed comfortable and safe for this talent to work. And it was beneficial for some people, and it gave new life to some others. It was a new place to work that was safe. It was never going to be an on par presentation. Never, ever, ever. They tried to do it with this Showdown NXT thing, and they're still trying to tell you that, we're friends now, even though we're clearly not. So the way it's been presented from a storyline standpoint sucks. The way it's been presented from a business standpoint, I don't think anyone ever expected them to be one-to-one, because TNA is not on that level. They got free looks at people they wanted, and they took their shots, and they've gotten them. They got Jordan Grace. They got Joe Hendry. At one time, they would have taken Masha Slamovich, but there's a completely different situation that's taking her out of the equation for that. There were so many people that they could take and will take.
They wanted Santana too.
They've got a good look at Santana. They like Santana. Whether or not they want to take him, that's going to be an ongoing conversation. But the point of all this is you had free looks, and that was always the benefit to WWE. They're going to be the ones to help TNA potentially land a new TV deal whenever that happens, if that happens.
Yeah,
that's what this has been.
It's kind of like, who is this beneficial for if not WWE? I felt bad for the NXT undercard guys who just came out there and stomped on someone. Frankie Kazarian did the not even any build. And Santana, not to cue the Scooby-Doo noises, stepped on a banana peel. Yeah. Speaking of banana peels.
Hello.
Hi, banana peel.
You believe it or not, you're not the first person to run it on the show.
I'm not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe.
What up, Sean?
I just figured I would stop by. Man, my hair's out of control, freshly washed. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. TNA is also freshly washed, as we found out tonight. I don't know, freshly washed. It just seems to be the thing that they do, right?
Like, they hanging them out to dry.
Wait forever to have Mike Santana win the title. Which, hey, by the way, how'd that one age? How'd that one? Are the people that claim that he needed to not win until Bound for Glory, are they still saying that? Is that still a thing? They did that last year with Joe Hendry. Bobby Roode, like forever ago. It's just been a thing that they never put the title on Monty Brown. They never put the title on the Pope when he was white hot either. Like, what doesn't matter. I broke a story tonight. FightfulSelect.com. Please subscribe. It's $5.99 a month. Or you can lock in a year-long price as well. We've got Wrestle Votes joining the team in December. That's neither here nor there. It's a great service. Please subscribe. I've been sitting on this story for a while, and I'll tell you why. When he wasn't booked for Bound for Glory, I was like, what's going on here? Like, not at all.
Was that what did it? Can I tell you what tipped me off?
Probably the fact that he lost to Eric Young on TV.
So it's worse than that. I mentioned it on the show. When they did the show in Edmonton, the Victory Road show, after he had his match, they did a very long, crowd applauds. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe. And the announcers are all over, like, Joe Hendry will always be part of TNA. It was like, oh yeah, this is his swan song.
Okay.
This is it. And then they wrote him off, and then they said he's got concussion, whatever. He's out indefinitely. And I was like, all right, he's done.
So not only was he not on Bound for Glory, I found out he was not backstage at Bound for Glory. And that's when people were like, whoa, what's going on here? Like, very rarely am I told somebody's not backstage. Like, if Triple H isn't backstage, people will tell me Triple H isn't backstage. And not even all the time now. But Joe Hendry wasn't there. But he's been popping up all the time on NXT. And then he's doing, all of a sudden, very slick produced new music. And I'm like, okay, there's something going on here. And I mean, I had gotten the tip off that he was imminent. It was on the understanding that he was going to go to WWE. I think John Alba at Sports Illustrated reported that months ago. But like, as of earlier this year, I heard Shawn Michaels was just straight up saying, we will buy your contract out, as if it's a possibility type of thing. Like, but he is officially signed with WWE at this point. Like, he is no longer of contract with TNA. In fact, today when I asked, I was like, well, oh, so they're just letting him start this deal early. And here's what I assumed. I assumed it was something akin to Speedball Mike Bailey last year. If you all remember, Speedball Mike Bailey was still under contract like through November, December, but had no TNA dates left because a whole lot of people were speculating that he would be in the Continental Classic. And Tony Khan even clarified to me, we do not have that man under contract. He is still under contract to TNA. He is not going to be in the Continental Classic. So there was something with these TNA deals of where someone's deal could be up without it being up, so to speak. Now, I don't know in that case why TNA would even hold somebody like Speedball Mike Bailey to those last 2 months. I'd have just let him go and done whatever. But I thought, okay, maybe it's something like that because they leaned heavy into Hendry. Like, maybe they just used up all of his dates. And I was told, no, he has no contract with TNA now. And he used a representation, I believe, among the Barry Bloom camp to, I don't know if it was Barry specifically. I think it was a guy that works with Barry to amicably situate his future is the way that I was given. And I was told not under TNA contract whatsoever. Now, I was not straight up told that was a buyout. They're very rare in pro wrestling. I can think of Anvil and Bulldog had to buy out their own to go to WCW. AEW bought out Thunder Rosa from NWA. And I can't think of many more. But yeah, this is, I would say pretty wild, but it's not pretty wild. I mean, they had a representative from WWE there who just happened to be there when Jordynne Grace's deal was up.
Ooh.
And they got her to the PC immediately afterwards. And this is Jordynne Grace, of whose husband had a very contentious departure from AEW, ROH. They were not leaving anything to chance there. So, man.
I saw it in the chat. I agree. I'm sorry, go ahead.
What a fantastic night. TNA comes back. Everyone loved the show. Nobody had a bad thing to say about it.
Well, TNA's back, all right.
Oh, yeah.
It's as TNA as possible there. And to be clear, I like Kazarian. I like him personally. I like him as a pro wrestler. I think the guy's great. He's fantastic.
This has been a fantastic run for him in TNA. He has done
a great heel. He's so annoying.
Yes, he has done so many fantastic things. The way that they've booked this is just baffling. And if this is the way of trying to do babyface sympathy, but also trying to just get the call your shot gauntlet out of the way and not have to think about how to book the whatever they did at Bound for Glory, then like I get it, but it was still poorly designed from the get-go, and we've been talking about it since it happened.
There was a better way to get the title on Kazarian instead of this roundabout, everyone jump Santana, then just leave him in the ring situation. That was choices.
I wish I could cover. You know what? I'm going to screenshot this message from somebody in the industry. That way I can chop their name off.
While you do that, let me get a couple of super chats.
Please do.
Divine Rick sending out saying, remember Eddie Guerrero 20 years later, Latino Heat forever. Absolutely. Check out the Players check out the Players Tribune article from Rey Mysterio. He wrote all about Eddie and his friendship with him and his relationship with him and everything that he misses from that time. Really, really great write-up. Do you have it loaded up yet?
I'm working on it.
All right. Jared
It
adding,
won't take long.
y'all remind me of tired parents who have to try to love and be patient with a child who consistently disappoints them. That is such a dark, deep cut, and it's incredibly apt.
I'm the worst parent because this is my childhood. I'm like, you're bad, but you're funny. And I want you to, I don't want to laugh at what you're doing, but you're being the literal worst, but
No.
you're funny.
My wife has special education kids, and like one of them was hitting all the other kids, and they're like, that's wrong, right? And she's like, yes. You're gonna stop, right? No. It's like, it's not right, but it's funny.
I can appreciate your honesty.
Yeah.
I have to tell you it's wrong, but
Yes.
I'm laughing.
Yeah. Okay. Listen, I'll regret this, but this was sent to me to somebody in the industry.
Don't talk about my child like that.
Yeah. And like, listen, I love so many people in TNA. I like so many people that run TNA. Carlos Silva, he treats me very respectfully, gets back to me on a lot of stuff. I'm just like, and again, I love Kazarian. I think he's great. He's incredible. He's incredible at any age, much less the age that he is now. I wish I was in that kind of shape at 25, much less the age he is. Like, but damn. When you get everybody on the timeline talking about what a terrible decision it was.
Twice in 1 year.
And granted, 98% of those people aren't watching. But
They're seeing it though.
But when a constant course of discussion is, I can't believe they did that. TNA gonna TNA. Man. And again, like, whether the title reign lasts a week or it lasts 3 months, like, I have confidence that Frankie Kazarian would be a fantastic champion. It's just sometimes you do have to read your audience. At what point do you become a company that serves their audience, right? The audience that you're looking to gain and looking to keep and all that. Sheesh. And again, we might be in a situation where Mike Santana's deal is up in like 6 weeks, because a whole lot of people's deals are up in 6 weeks. But if that's the case, maybe you should have put the title on him a few months earlier, huh?
Maybe he should have done it. I don't know, in his home state, in not his home borough, but close to it. I don't know.
They didn't learn from not doing it to Joe Hendry, who was hot, like at the sun levels of hot. What makes you think they was gonna do it for Santana, who people were actually cheering for because everything is great? You guys are idiots. You don't know what you want, stupid ass fans.
A creative overhaul is what TNA is needing more than anything. A TV contract is one thing. A creative overhaul is absolutely the number two. If they want to be number two, they got to.
How can you have a TV contract and that is on TV and people are gonna? There's no way. There's no way. There's no way.
It's easy.
And
you show them NXT content and be like, look what we have.
Look over here.
Like the puzzling move to have your most attended show ever and not do TV for a month.
Well, the budgets just weren't budgeting, Sean. That's all.
Somebody need to open up their wallet.
Money just ain't money in.
I would, you know what? I would rather them not do December than not do
that makes sense
last
too.
month.
Well,
take Christmas off. Do some best ofs.
So I'm 98% sure Full Sail was a deal that encompassed the first time they went. So they had multiple dates, so they had to do Full Sail. El Paso was the same thing because they booked El Paso for March and they're going back to that venue for the end of the year. So I think those were already signed, sealed, and on the docket. Whatever happened for Postbound for Glory, that's where it all got messed up. I don't know what what the missing piece was there, that no one planned for that. Someone's head should roll for that, but that's just my opinion.
I mean, a lot of
And-
heads should roll.
There was a lot of discussion about what Chris Jericho said too, and I thought that was overblown. Like on that one night, did they look like the number 2 promotion? Yes, they did. They had a great show. They had a great attendance. I don't think he was saying TNA on a weekly basis is the number 2 company. I think he said on that evening they looked like number 2. Now, he also said it looked like a WrestleMania, which no, it didn't.
It looked like WrestleMania 7, Sean. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I was
that's
there.
it
What
looked
do you
like.
mean?
Oh my God. This MF spitting, can we get a select report on the Santana contract? Douglas. We have our Douglases of the week. And listen, I gotta say the Douglas of the week here is Joe Hendry.
Smartest man in the business.
What does the Douglas of the week mean? Is that a sports reference?
No,
for a while.
Somebody accidentally wrote that a wrestler was a Doug instead of a dog in our chat one night. So now we have a Douglas of the week.
Come on, Doug.
Of which I said that Sky Blue last night for sure attended BB Bluff.
Absolutely.
She attended BB Bluff Middle School because she was a Doug. She was an absolute Doug. She's got pork chop by her side.
She was with them. She was with what's his name? The bully.
Yeah, you got Julia Hart dressed up as Patty Mayonnaise, like full on Douglas last night.
We got a super chat from Jared. This is interesting, Sean, while you're here. Do you think the reason why the Evolve undercard invaded was because the TV deal is going to be Tubi and they're preparing a crossover with Evolve?
Yeah.
It's entirely possible.
Which, by the way, Tubi was the platform of which WWE got MLW kicked off of, which was largely, I'm just going to assume, because I can't, it's not one of those things I can just go ask Court Bauer now because it got tied up legally. But we were set to announce it. Like we had the embargoed press release for MLW on Tubi. And WWE found out and they said, no, you don't, because it was a Fox property. And then what happened? They had to fork over $20 million to MLW. And now, $20 million later, MLW does their best houses that they've ever done, which who knows how that will change now, because the world hit a wall with wrestling tickets real quick. But I don't know, man. I appreciate you all letting me come talk some trash, but you know, FightfulSelect.com is going to have a bunch of news. We got the Debunkathon on Fightful Select on Friday. Lots more contract news coming. I am going to find out about that Santana deal.
Sean, I have a question for you before you get out of here.
Yeah.
Do you think TNA would it go to Zeus?
Zeus. What is that? Like a religious channel?
No, Zeus Network is where baddies and all of those other fighting shows that aren't fighting shows air. Why not? I mean, Tubi already for me is like brother. So why not? Zeus already makes a lot of money, unfortunately.
Cam Hawkins backing you up in the chat.
Sorry, but am I wrong? Why
is this
not?
that show that like, is this that channel like that Kiera Hogan was on?
Yes, actually.
I was joking. Okay. I've told this story before.
Why not have Zeus Network? Why not?
I've told this story before, but I'll tell it again. And I really don't mean to dump on TNA because I want TNA to do 10 million viewers. But it's in a much better position now than it was years ago. But okay. It was almost 11 years ago. My wife's best friend moved in with us, and she started to see a guy that she ended up marrying. He had a DIY hunting show. And I said to him, yeah, I actually cover a wrestling show that is on a hunting channel. It's TNA. It's on Pursuit Network. And I was like, dude, you could probably get your show on that. And he looked at me and he said, dude, I am on that network. He was on 2 hours after TNA.
Brother.
So things have gotten a lot better since then. There you go.
To Zeus Network right after Jocelyn's Cabaret. That'd be great.
Shout out to Tree Rat Outdoors. I'll see you guys later.
Take care, Sean.
Thanks, Sean.
Worth noting, the last time TNA used somebody to go find them a TV deal, they wound up on Destination America. So that's why everyone was talking about the big deal being a big deal, because they're working with another company, with an agency. And I'm like, I don't know how much you want to talk about that. Anyway, we do want TNA to succeed.
Joel
It's just
won't let that happen.
I will
Y'all.
not
Let
let
me
this
be
go 3
clear.
hours. We're 50 minutes in.
We've only gotten through one segment.
We barely got through this main event fiasco. We got a super chat. By the way, thanks to y'all for showing up and showing us some love. Jave94 Nene saying, WTF with NXT, why the F with NXT guys attack Santana? I feel like Stone planned it without Ava knowing, and she's going to let Mike handle him in the Goon Squad. That helped. This is something that you can absolutely get away with if you're going to let Ava and Stone. But again, this is it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And they're going to try and like do the surprise and then work your way backwards, almost like the Attitude Era booking that Tommy loves to do, where they book something that's like, it's a big shock. And then they're like, someone says, and now what? And they're like, we'll figure it out soon. That's what this feels like. And that's why doing this in the main event and with the people you specifically picked, when Lexus King is the one person that you can pick out of this crowd, and he's the guy who's like leading the charge with Robert Stone, that's kind of a problem to me. But again, TNA was never the belle of the ball, so to speak. They were just here for the ride, baby.
That's my answer.
Yep. See Delgado saying, just cut out of the movie. Sorry, Drew and Cresta. Buddy, we're going to be here all night at this rate.
We TNA the horror show tonight.
Yeah, I hope the movie was better. Spoiler alert, your movie was better than TNA tonight.
Listen, TNA was fine if you choose to be sports entertained. Listen, let's play a game. How many TNA stars were actually on TNA tonight that weren't ex-WWE people?
3?
Nah. There was more than 3. Less than 10.
Actually? Oh boy, here we go.
More than 3, less than 10. I can name them. I wrote them down. I was paying attention.
All right. Name them.
All right.
Fact check you too.
Okay, starting from the top, we had Tasha Steelz, Jason Hotch, Skylar. Well, technically, this was before the show with BDE, Leon Slater, and Rich Swann.
I'll allow those two. BD Rich Swann used to be in WWE.
I feel like Rich Swann was, yeah.
He was a cruiserweight champion, for Christ's sake. No, but BD
Myron Reed.
Myron's never been in WWE. Yeah.
I don't think Trey Miguel was in WWE
Trey's never
either.
had a contract. He was offered one, and things happened. He didn't get it yet.
Because all the women tag teams are ex WWE. Also,
well, except for Tessa.
Oh, good. I never include her. I never include her. I'm sorry, I never include her.
Yeah, no,
also,
Tessa's never been there. Lish has never been there. Edward Edwards has never been there.
That's true. JDC definitely been in what?
Moose has never been under a WWE contract. Gia Miller has never been under a WWE contract. There's quite a few. here. Danny Luna. Oh no, Danny Luna was. Indi was.
Danny Luna was, because I had her under the people who's a TNA girl.
Yeah, no. She worked NXT UK. She was a subculture for a long time.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, Same thing with Zaya Brookside.
Also,
naming them, what did they name Zaya and Yaling Lee's team?
The Angel Warriors.
Wrong. You should have named the X Gonna Give It to You, and you guys played yourself.
It's bad enough that somebody decided that the former Zaya Lee and the current Zaya Brookside teaming up together was a good idea. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
It's all good, guys. Don't worry about it too much. It was a fine NXT show.
Heather Reckless also never in WWE.
I don't think M was either. And Iceman,
Becky
if we want to include him.
That's correct. Yeah, George is not. I'm trying to look. Is there anyone else? No, that's it. Even Ryan Nemeth was on NXT. Shout out to Hot Young Briley. Anyway, Gia Miller's with Kelani Jordan. Kalani's been on NXT. She still is. In fact, she's the TNA Knockouts champion. She's all black, wearing all black is what I should say, because she is a bad guy. For some reason, the Elegance is both get title shots because Kalani's a heel, and so are the Elegances. They try to explain it because Kelani and Ash by Elegance have their history, and I get it, but like it's a stretch. But sure, whatever. Mara Sade, Xia Li, Lane Lee, all former WWE talent walk in. They're like, "Hey, you're welcome in our locker room." And Kalani's like, "Nah, you're all losers. None of you all ever been world champs." Lane Lee takes offense, as she has been lately. Starts, shouting in Chinese at her, Mandarin, and then Xia Brookside says, "Oh, what she's saying is see you next Tuesday. You get it, NXT?" And I was like, "This is the corniest shit you can possibly think of." And I had no, I'm not going to say it. Anyway, that was the promo. And then we fast forward. Should we do the match real quick? Not much really to say. No, talk to me about the promo, because then we're going to talk about the match, because I don't want to bury the match, but I'm going to bury the match. Keep going.
We're going to tell you that this is the TNA Knockouts title, and we're going to show you nothing but WWE girls. And before you say, Cresta, that's not fair, that's Mara Sade, that's still Xia Brookside, Laying Lee, give these girls their flowers. I'm just saying. I see what's happening here. And we went from Deonna Purrazzo, Jordan Grace, Masha, and nothing against the people after, but I choose to be sports entertained. But I gotta tell you, I see jokes and I laugh too. I like to laugh. Come on, NXT TNA.
But nobody does it like Lonnie.
Hey, you know who she looked like? Because one thing Cresta Starr gonna tell you who you look like. She looks like the singer Maya. And that's the main thing I remember about her promo. It's like, wow, you look like Maya, girl. I hope you can sing, girl. My love is like, whoa. I'm sorry.
She is really good. She needs to have the chemistry to get there with people. The match with Heather by Elegance, unfortunately, was not good at all. They went to a really awkward DDT spot where they couldn't get their footing right, and it ended up just showing a lot of daylight. It wasn't very good. George Iceman tries to interfere. Kalani, they turn it into, okay, Heather's trying to run Kalani into the ropes to have Maggie hit her. And instead, Kalani reverses it, and Maggie doesn't hit Heather, but they play it off as if she does, because Heather goes down, and then Kalani hits her one-of-a-kind moonsault. And the finish was just poor execution, bad timing, and just not good. I feel like it was supposed to be M hits Heather, they start dissension, but instead it was M doesn't hit Heather, Heather sells something that didn't happen, gets knocked down, and Kalani does the moonsault and retains. Something was amiss, and the match just it didn't get into spots that they should have. They tried to get a little too cute, and it didn't work. There was opportunity, but it wasn't taken. So Kalani wins, but again, not a very good night for those two.
Man, listen, even though I'm a hater, I'm not a hater for free. I did not like the fact that Full Sail was absolutely quiet. It was church mass. They did not cheer for these girls. They gave a little something for Kelani, but I could hear a rat piss on cotton when old girl came out. It was so quiet. I don't like that. I do agree that there was a lot of, I'm trying to find a way to say this without sounding like a the ending cheating thing, like you said, you reacted to something that didn't happen because M stopped herself, which I thought was great. And I guess in my mind, I would have tried to pivot because I know Kelani saw that. And if that was the case, if I was Heather, I would have acted like, oh, and if I'm Kelani, I would have decked her. Or if you're a bad guy, I don't know, clam jammer. I don't know. Like, it didn't make any sense for it to end the way it did. But I will say that her one of a kind is a really pretty finisher.
Yeah, she knows how to move. She knows how to make things look good. Again, Kelani is, and Heather Reckless for that matter, they're both very good. It's just for whatever reason they were not on it tonight. The chemistry just was not there.
Heather's gear looked amazing, immaculate even. I love that beige and that red. Girl, you ate that. If you made that. She's
getting ready for her Blood and Guts debut.
Girl, don't go against Sky Blue. She's different.
That's true. Samuel Mackey sent a super chat saying, "Who's TNA making this show for? Certainly not for current, former, or potential TNA fans. I miss when I loved TNA. Join us on this side. We love TNA, but we also love how much TNA just does not love itself. It is the ultimate low self-esteem wrestling fan. Congratulations."
Just be sports entertained. Just, bro, if you look at it from that lens, I promise you'll be like, yo, TNA.
You'll forever survive the nuclear holocaust.
We can go live in Vault 76 or whatever.
Santino and Ava come out. Boy, this was awful. You know what? Does he have a rant in him for? I want him for this one rant.
This has been the treehouse of TNA tonight.
Everybody who covers TNA is here. All the freaks and geeks. My other co-host from In the Weeds is here. SP3 joins us now.
SP3.
I don't like what's going on this review here.
SP3, we're talking about Santino and Ava coming out and management saying everything's fine. The merger is going well. Everyone's happy now. We had a
Everyone
great
shake each other's hands.
we had a great company picnic and everybody's happy. And later on in the night, you got all the workers being like, the fuck we are.
Eat the rich.
You guys have to excuse me. I've been laughing for an hour.
So wait.
Joel and Jeremy have voice notes of me laughing hysterically where my missus said I sound like I have the Joker's laughing gas. Like
Not you reaching a breaking point.
I just broke. I completely broke. But I don't like what's going on in this review. We all love TNA. This is the TNA that we all love.
I didn't say I didn't
realize. You guys have to realize this is the TNA that we have all loved. Because more often than not, it is this TNA. It's not the good TNA. You know, me and Jeremy on In the Weeds this morning, we did a best and worst moments of TNA. We did best and worst moments of WWE, best and worst moment of AEW. We had to distinguish between WWE, what's outside the ring, what's inside the ring. With TNA, it's all on screen. We've seen all the worst moments. And it happens so often that you guys, all of you, Cresta, Joel, everyone watching, we should love TNA for this. This is what we get good wrestling. We get great wrestling. Joel talks about fine wrestling all the time. We don't get stuff that is just so mind-bogglingly stupid like this so often. We don't get stuff like we're not gonna crown the babyface we've been building up in his hometown. We're gonna wait till the biggest show of the year. We're gonna wait to another show where we're gonna say we broke the record, but we don't know if y'all broke the record. Just so you can crown him there. Just so you can take a month off. Give him a big, hey, celebration. Hey, our champion. He's so great. He's here. Blah, 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 blah. And then he gets beaten down by the T-Move version of a WCW invasion on WWE. This is unreal. I was baffled. I was like, who was that? Was that Mark Davis that just attacked him? Then the camera zoomed. I was like, that's Brooke Jensen? I was like, what am I watching Evolve? I didn't even watch Evolve this week, but Brooke Jensen is here. I was like, Charlie Dempsey is here. What is this pro wrestling? Noah? What's going on? Then I saw it all. Then it hit me because I watched TNA like Cresta, like Joel, like all of you, and it hit me. I saw the one person that made this all make sense. It's led by Robert Stone. This all stems from a storyline that was based off of Robert Stone.
Took off his shirt at the end and everything.
Versus Santino. He got pissed off that Santino beat him. He came back with all the lower card talent from NXT and Evolve.
Are you ready for this, SP3? Because I see what you're putting down, and because I watch TNA like you, and you know we watch it together. You know what this means? War games.
Lethal lockdown. Let's go.
Oh, lethal lockdown.
Oh, I can't wait. Lethal Lockdown C-Suite versus TNA. It's gonna be so great.
William Regal and Santino are on top of a pole, and the first person to climb it and go across the Ultimate X trusses will be now the new TNA World Champion.
So you want to know how badly this app sucks, by the way? I'm on Twitter, and of course now everyone's on the stupid chat platform. I'm only now getting your DMs, and this is very upsetting.
It made me put in a verification code. I was like, brother, there's nothing going on in my DMs. I promise you, my DMs are dry.
Oh. Brother, I can tell you, there are people at TNA who have very strong opinions about how tonight went. I've gotten a few, and I'm just like, all right.
I just don't understand, to SP3's point, why we would LOL TNA Mike Santana twice after people complained about you doing it to Joe Hendry and Masha. Like, you know what? I'm happy for Frankie Kazarian. That's what I choose, and I don't go anywhere to be disappointed. But man, do I hate professional wrestling. Come on, JDC. JDC was the real smart one with that gimmick.
When I just want to find out when I'm going to be on salary for the TNA Impact reviews, because this is basically the C-suite, folks. This is the C-suite. It's getting
much like C-suite. We're not about to be on the air, baby.
It's getting booked just like WWE NXT, because guess what? An AEW original won the TNA World Championship.
SCU.
Celtic C. Delgado saying more money just for SP3's rant.
Thank you.
Again, I love so just to bring it back, they do the Santino and Ava segment, and they're just like, everyone, please keep watching. Please keep watching this. We're friends now. We had a great time at Showdown. By the way, Ariana Grace is back. She's the NXT liaison. And I was like, wait a minute. But you're like, your boyfriend / fiance / soon to be husband is now part of this. You two are together. Is he going to start getting title shots? And then he shows up on this stupid show to do the beatdown. It was just like, so like Grace had to know. Like, Ariana Grace had to know that this was happening. So like, there's no way you can explain this away. It's just, oh God. I've said this once and I'll say it again. It is someone said, we're going to do Attitude Era style swerve booking, bro. And then when someone in the room asked, and then what? They said, we'll work our way back from there.
They fired that guy who said, and then what? They said, get out, you fucking nerd.
That doesn't matter. It's all about shocking people. But I really think that TNA has just accepted that they get more attention doing this.
Yes, the clowns.
I honestly do at this point. Like, there can't be any other reason. Like, they can't be this dumb. I think that they actually know that they get more attention doing LOL TNA stuff than doing good stuff. They do good stuff all the time. They were doing good stuff for like 5 straight years with Scott D'Amore. It did not get them the attention that it got when they didn't crown Santana at Slammiversary or tonight. Tonight's gonna get attention.
You know what got them attention was firing him after he did the thing.
Yeah, that too. That did get them attention.
You ain't lying. I'm a little sports disgusted.
Tino Ybarra saying we want TNA to succeed, but does TNA want to succeed?
Remember what I said about the bad child? They're funny, but bro, you are in 3rd grade and you're 15. Come on.
Just amazing. Yeah, they're the class clown. TNA is the class clown. Matthew Hook saying Russo booking TNA again, or is Road Dogg? No, I know who the bookers are. We've established who these bookers are. They're just not good at this. They need a creative refresh. I said it tonight. I've said it for the last half a year to a year more. They need a creative refresh. The two people who are running points creatively are not the right people. They're just not.
We're kind of the people that
maybe we don't know ball.
No, it's not about us not knowing. We're just the people talking about it. We can pitch, but like we're not. It's not about us knowing or not knowing. It's about us being a voice, a conduit for fans, and understanding what is or what isn't getting over with fans. The fact that we're here tonight and we are seeing more super chats than we've seen in easily since Slammiversary is proof of what SP3 is talking about. Their failure becomes our success, and that's not the way it should be. For all I know, I'm gonna kick myself for saying this one out loud. Ross Foreman is going to message me tonight and be like, "Hey, you want to interview this talent tomorrow on your show?" And I'll be like, "Ross, where have you been for the last 6 months?" That'll be that, and I will never get another email again. That cemented it.
I'm reminded of what Triple H said when we were told the show was going to open up with Cena, and it opened up with Trips. It's to see you fans and you reporters and you critics all think you know ball. But I, Hunter Hearns Helmsley, am uniquely qualified to subjectively tell you that you're a fucking idiot. And that this is good booking. Santana's going to look great in the end like Joe Hendry did. Okay? And wow, Joel, I've never seen you run the ropes. Maybe you should just be a fan. You too, SB3. You ever thought about just being a fan? Yeah. Open up your wallet.
Open up your wallet.
You know who I haven't seen run the ropes in about 7 years? One of the guys who runs the show on Thursday nights.
Look at that. Well, I'm not gonna stay long. I don't want to,
This show's already 3 hours. It's fine.
I don't want to disrupt things too much. I just had to tell y'all, we need to show more love to TNA. This is the TNA we love.
I have to redo this stupid thumbnail now. It was going to be Joe Hendry. Now I'm like, no, we're doing LOL TNA. It's over.
I love TNA.
It's over.
Much like the person you love, you have to tell like, bro, like, what is this?
We love you, TNA. I love you through the good times and the bad times because you make me laugh. Thank you, TNA. Thank you for tonight. I needed tonight. There was so much great wrestling last night. I needed tonight to balance the universe. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you, Cresta. Great to see you back on Fightful. You are one of the faces of this channel. Appreciate seeing you. And Joel, you're one of the faces of another channel. But
that's insane.
We still appreciate you.
We
appreciate you. We still appreciate you and love you, brother.
Go watch In the Weeds. SP3's on there Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm there Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. Jeremy's there 5 days a week, 10 a.m. Eastern. The best morning show in wrestling. Don't let the guy who books this TNA show tell you otherwise about the show that he shows up on, or Nick Nemeth. Don't let them tell you that that's the show to listen to. No, this is the show. 10 a.m. Eastern on Overbooked. Can we continue talking about this live something or other?
Yeah.
Thanks.
We are at Dani Luna versus Indi Hartwell.
You bet your ass we are. Tim McFall saying, I just heard what happened. This is the most LOL TNA to ever LOL TNA. I'm still laughing. This is better than watching Cresta watch the Jeremy video.
That was cinema. I will hear no slander about Mr. Elegance. I'm so sorry. That was fantastic.
That was it. Ryan Ben saying, welcome to the Grap City length LOL TNA post show. Brother. Don't even have it in me. Just an amazing, amazing moment. This company. Someone said that what I said was more of a compliment to Fightful than TNA, and it is, because y'all showed up to talk about whatever this was tonight.
Bro,
my friends, Jacob and sorry, I'm not gonna dox my friends, but Jacob's on Twitter very, very frequently doing wrestling. They are front row tonight, and I'm gonna be seeing their faces for the next 4 to 5 weeks watching TNA, and I'm like, you poor bastards had to sit there and watch this live and in person. Oh, shout out to them. Great folks. Dani Luna defeats Indi Hartwell by disqualification. I saw Dani this past weekend in Northern Crown here in Toronto. She had a great match against Alexia Nicole. She's fantastic. Just a great match. This match was actually one of Indi's better outings. I thought this, especially for a live show, I thought this was a really good stuff. And Dani being the perfect, powerful heel foil for Indi Hartwell. That worked up. Dani goes looking for a chair, gets rolled up. There's a bad big boot that Indi hits at one point. I'll point that out. Just a lot of light. That's on the cameras. They got to get her for that. Indi uses the chair, gets DQ'd, and then tomorrow night they're going to do a no DQ match. But this was a good match between Dani Luna and Indi Hartwell.
To me, this was a match of, I don't think Indi Hartwell wanted to wrestle. She wanted to beat up Dani Luna, and it showed. To me, it was, I don't care about this match. Let's get to the finish because I legitimately hate you. And I kind of like that. I thought it was a great match.
Yeah, honestly, one of the betters of the night. We'll get into one other good one. Eric Young's outside talking about the cleanse is coming. Listen to the truth. I'm curious because he has the people in the masks. I don't know if they actually know who those people are yet, but I don't know. Eric Young doing the psycho conspiracy theorist seems to work for him. But just another Eric Young out about in the crowd situation.
I assume his new group is going to be called the Cleanse. I will say one guy had on a shiesty, and the other guy looked like he had like holy draws on his face because one eye was really ripped to shreds and the other eye was just like someone. Yeah, I don't know, but listen, I'm not judging. Come on, get your check.
Saw that too, actually. C. Delgado sent us a super chat saying, judging from tonight's results, maybe Jericho was right about TNA being a number 2 promotion. It's a shame because this roster deserves better. Well,
1000% agree.
They do, absolutely. And a big part of this roster came out, the system. They put over their big win at Bound for Glory. Eddie Edwards, if you're listening, do not call it by the initials. Don't call it BFG. I hope you caught an earful from your superiors. The show is called Bound for Glory, not BFG. Sorry, I'm in my Lance Storm mode right now. Edwards mentions that his family was in attendance because they were in Boston, and that Lish and his daughter were also there watching the show, which was great. And then Moose puts over Lish, puts over the system, does his 3 things, and then JDC grabs the mic, and he announces that first of all, recently he got married, which I mentioned here on the post shows, and congratulations to JDC and his wife. And they said, having talked it over, they've decided that TNA Genesis will be his last match. He will be done as of TNA Genesis. So that is the big news. I'm gonna get nitpicky in a second. I'm not big, and I hope this was an acting thing. I'm not big on the system pretending they didn't know this, because if you're a family and you keep preaching that you're a family, why is the family member keeping a secret about retiring? I feel like the family member should be able to openly say this to his family about his impending retirement and for everyone to support him in this. Instead, it was played off as, no, bro, what are you doing? I didn't expect this. They played it off as if everybody was left in the dark. But again, the reason why I can say this is because with JDC, it's not because of a medical issue. It's literally time to go, and they decided together that that's it. So out come the Rascals. They challenge the system. Moose does the math, figures out that there are 4 members of the system who can compete, and there are only 3 members of the Rascals there. And then Wentz says, well, we're also a family. And then he says, we got 1 more. To which nobody in the crowd figures out that they're talking about Desmond Xavier, the former Wes Lee, who was released a month ago, and his 30 days are up, and he could go anywhere, anytime. And the Rascals have never done a 4-person match together, and now they're finally doing it. But no one wanted to talk about it because of the obvious writing was not so obvious for certain people. Des returns tomorrow night at Turning Point. That's going to be the one thing that you want to watch the show for. There you go. Cresta Starr, your face tells the story.
Bro, before I get into that last part, I have lived long enough to see the system get cheered as faces, and that fried me tonight. I remember we're like, get these guys out of here. They suck. Oh my God. And now these guys are the heroes of TNA. Sometimes you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Sometimes you live long enough to see yourself become the hero. And this is why I love professional wrestling, because you could be the number 1 most hated this week and do something, and now you're over like Rover. So let's start that. When he said that he's been wrestling for 27 years, he looks young. He don't look like it. I love Eric Young. Eric Young looked like he's been wrestling for 27 years. I respect Eric Young. JDC don't look like he's been wrestling for 27 years. But that's also because Eric Young, respectfully, I saw you die. You're a Spectre. Nice try, Casper. You're not getting me. When they said there was only 4 of us, there was 3 of y'all, 4 of us, the first thing that leapt out of my mouth is, Wesley, we've never had a 4-man Rascal. I was so happy to see Myron Reed, but when they came out, if this is what it takes, I don't care who wins that match, because I don't think there's ever been a 4-man Rascal. I need that. I want that, especially with Order 4 running around. Come back.
So what's funny is I did an interview that has since been banned by TNA it was with Trey Miguel, and in the interview with Trey, he mentioned that this was last year Montreal Slammiversary. And he says, we've never done the 4 of us, and now's the time, because the partnership was hot. At the time, Wes was coming in to do a 6-man tag at Slammiversary. They did the Buzz Lightyear outfits. And that was the moment to do it. They wanted to bring in Myron then. Well, now they're finally going to be able to do it, and I think that's really, really special for them. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to watch that match for sure because, Rascals have never done 4-man tag, especially God on TV is even more special for them. So this is great.
I don't know how to describe, but there's something very special about all 4 of them together. It's not quite DX, but it's very like, I want all 4 of them to win. You guys are the age group, the jokes. I'm here for it. So I think there is definitely a world with the System, First Class, Rascals, Order 4. There's a world where these factions can all coexist. And the Rascals is something that, unless you're doing like a guest appearance, we already know that these guys are locked in. You know what I mean? AJ Francis is a flip-flop. And speaking of which, this was the time I wrote, I haven't seen AJ Francis not one time on this show. Speaking of AJ Francis, real quick, I don't mean to bring him up. You know who AJ Francis is? He's Don Callis. Not Don Callis now. Cyrus the Virus. You're big as shit. You're always on TV. And you betray everybody. Everybody, okay? But you always get your check. I hate that he's grown on me. I feel like he should have been here tonight. Something about the live taping. Screep this guy, but I guess we got it with BDE. I don't know why that reminded me of that. Thank you for letting me yap.
They've done a couple of First Class penthouses tonight. They did that didn't air. One was for exclusive online. The other one was for next week or something like that. They taped a couple. I don't know how many of those penthouse class.
AJ Francis would call the police on the treehouse. I don't trust him.
It's just going to happen. But either way, BD gets put through a table during that aforementioned First Class penthouse. So Gia Miller checks in, and then they're going to do AJ Francis BD tomorrow. Leon Slater steps in. Rich Swann steps in. He looks jacked. They're going to do Rich Swann, Leon Slater for the X Division title tomorrow night. That should be a really fun match. Looking forward to those two, honestly, because BD and Francis have done so much together on the indies that this is a good pairing. And Leon Slater and Rich Swann is a perfect X Division title match. I look forward to it.
I have lived long enough, Joel Pearl, to see a memer that I follow be on professional wrestling. My first exposure to BDE, I was on my stream. It's like, you should watch him. And he had a video talk about spending $500,000 on a WrestleMania seat. I closed it and I blocked him because what the is that? Whoa. But he's funny. He's great. I love this. I love this with Leon Slater, Javon Evans, BDE. I love to see young black men, and they're all lanky. And I love lanky dudes doing lanky people stuff. Don't judge me, okay? Lanky dudes just be doing lanky people stuff is great.
Watch In the Weeds every Monday through Friday with Jeremy Lambert. He's tall, lanky. He is. Patrick Morris sends a super chat saying, "Government shutdown finally over, so I get to do super chats." And then this. miss you, Miss NXT, Santana. Miss you. Oh, sorry, love you, Miss NXT, Santana, Joel, and especially Cresta. We missed you too. We're glad you're here. We're glad you're back to it. Hope you're doing well, Patrick. Thank you for the super chat.
Thanks, Patrick.
And same with Mackie saying, "I'm convinced the TNA hates itself. I'm so glad I stopped caring after Slammiversary. That was the beginning of a down plunge into the garbage." Yeah, that was the start of a lot of people starting to really understand that there is just no interest in the way they've been telling stories because they've seen it before. It's hard to get invested. It's hard to get invested.
I think about like what SP3 said and what I think you said earlier too. When Scott D'Amore was booking, I felt like we've built up so many stories, reasons to care, wrestling. Even if the storylines didn't hit, you knew the wrestling was going to be fine. You knew that there was going to be something there. And now I feel like, why get invested? You're just going to lull TNA them.
Yep. Cedric Alexander defeats Jason Hotch. Ollie's on commentary. It's good back and forth. The finish was very creative. Hotch does that roll through attempt into what is normally DDT, but Alexander picks him up, gets a lumbar check, and the win. Post-match, Order 4 beats down Cedric. The Hardys make the save because earlier Order 4 and the Hardys had a face-to-face as they were coming into the building. So there you go. They're going to set up a 6-man tag at, was it 8-man tag? I think it's an 8-man tag.
It would be a 6-man. The Hardys and Alexander versus Order 4 because Tasha's not there unless Mara Sade is there to.
But then they add Elijah later on. Oh dear.
I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah, you tuned out too, huh?
I kind of tuned out for that concert because I thought the women's match, they said that was the main event, and then the Elijah concert happened. I was like, what happened to Mike Santana? You got rid of Joe Hendry to get Elijah, so I guess. So I'm not gonna hold you. I don't know.
It's Cedric Alexander and the Hardys versus Mustafa Ali and the Great Hands. Elijah's not working, I guess. He's not clear to compete, or maybe he is. I don't know. The concert. Let's just talk about this now. So Elijah's now playing an electric guitar, and it's thin sounding as hell. Wrestling. I'm going to remind you once again. If you can't make it sound good, stop doing it. Wrestling can't mix live music for shit, and this is just another proof of this. He does the intro to Dead or Alive by Bon Jovi. Don't think I didn't catch that. And then he starts doing Amazing Grace, which, by the way, is on his second WWE album. If you go and listen to it, I did a breakdown of it way back on this channel and why it was a poorly constructed album. And I also shots fired because I said Elias at the time, did not play any of those solos. Did not. I do not think he played any of the guitar solos on those albums that he recorded for WWE.
Fun fact, the Amazing Grace that he was singing was actually to the melody of the House of the Rising Sun. And I clocked that too. You can't fool a music major. Nice try, pal.
Because he's only got one 4-chord song that he likes to do. So he's done
4 of them. He did Smoke on the Water.
Yeah. So he's done that Amazing Grace cover. It was on his second WWE album. And then he added in TNA We Walk This Way. So he changed a couple of lyrics just to change the 3 letters of the company he works for. Ali interrupts, then he says he wants the Hardys. Elijah challenges Ali to a match right now, and Ali suckers him with the mic and then hits him with a conveniently placed unused guitar. And there you go. Elijah's not in the match. He took a guitar shot and he took a microphone shot. But I don't know if he's cleared. Either
Ali's
way.
a bully. That's what I've gathered between the Cedric match and this. Ali is a bully. You know what he told Hannafin on commentary? Hannafin, you're still employed, which is unfortunate.
It's very funny.
You know what that gives? Again, back to Don Callis. Remember when Don Callis would sit at the desk and it wasn't Hannafin. It was oh my God. He was married to Madison. He's married to Madison Rain. Oh my God. Josh Matthews was just like,
works
yo,
for AEW now, by the way.
Get away from me, Don Callis. And that's Tom Hannafin with Ali. Get away from me, Ali.
Amazing.
Ali's a bully. And I live for this. I live for this politician because he really said, shut up. Nobody cares. And much like Kevin Owens, you was spitting. But boo, I'm supposed to boo you. I don't care. Hey, I don't understand why this had to be in this part of the show. Hey, I don't care.
And the only thing we really have to touch on last is the Mila Moore package. She's signed. She has been signed since June. And she, at the end of the package, swerved into being a heel. So Mila Moore is
9'9". I believe it. Her and M need to have some blobber knockers.
We got to talk about it. Should be illegal for Maggie Lee to wear any form of heels around the other elegances because the height discrepancy.
I think she should wear higher heels for the intimidation so she could look Agent Zero right in the face and say how big. I love a tall woman.
She's tall. She is tall, but like Heather Reckless is also like 4'9", and I wish I was kidding.
Like in comparison, you're really tall, but Heather Reckless, you make her look like Plankton. She's not Plankton, but when you're the size of Pearl,
just hilarious.
I love it.
I don't know if there's anything else that we need to talk about. Turning Points tomorrow. No, we're not doing a post show.
I was gonna ask.
God, no.
I'll see you guys on SmackDown.
Looking at this show, they just turned it on its head with the tag match is weird now. I don't even know what to expect out of this shit. They're going to do Santana and Macklin versus Nemeth and Kazarian. You've got Kelani Jordan versus Maggie Lee and by Elegance. Leon Slater and Rich Swann. Cedric Alexander and the Hardys versus Mustafa Ali and the Great Hands. AJ Francis, BDE. Rascals versus The System. Knockouts World Tag Title match. The Inspiration defend against the Angel Warriors and Victoria Crawford, Tessa Blanchard, and then Indi Hartwell and Dani Luna in a no disqualifications match.
I will just say that at this point, from my sports entertainment, since you're booking anything TNA, just hear me out. A battle of the tall girls. Indi Hartwell, M by Elegance. We just talked about this girl. Let me look back. Mila Moore, yes. I want them all to fight for my sports entertainment. Put him in a ladders match for the memes.
Fine with that. Plenty more to talk about, I'm sure. I'll be back tomorrow to do it on In the Weeds. Cresta is also back tomorrow, but she'll tell you about that right now.
Hey, I'm the permanent host of the SmackDown show with me and Kate. So if you enjoyed us yapping for an hour and 30 minutes here and you want more, you can see it tomorrow with me and Kate. Kate and Joel are the same person. Don't let anyone tell you different. They're the same person. I'm sorry.
Both blonde, both pretty. It's fine.
Very pretty, great in makeup.
Oh, true. Thank you.
I've seen your makeup skills. Yes, Joel. I'll also be here on Saturday for the AEW Collision. Yes, there is a collision this Saturday. There's no wrestlers, no pay-per-view. So it'll be myself and some combination of Rick and Iridian because we all run from the grind. And then that's it. Monday, I'll be live on my personal channel watching Monday Night Raw. And next week, the premiere of Investigations, where Samoa Joe's spawn point is. It'll be live. So you guys can be like, Cresta, you wasted 10 minutes of my time. And yes, if you want to keep up with all things Cresta Starr, at Cresta Starr on all forms of social media, except for X was Cresta the Star, like Megan Thee Stallion. Joel Pearl, I've yapped enough. Where can the people find you?
Well, first of all, one more super chat. Samuel Mackey saying, are the DPW guys interested in a new gig? If there are some guys who know what's wrong with TNA and how to use TNA guys properly, it's them. Some people have pushed for it. I don't know if anything's going to happen, but they would be very good at this. God forbid new blood come into professional wrestling and try to do things differently. But hey, here we are. I'm going to be on In the Weeds tomorrow. Jeremy, myself, and probably SP3 at various points are going to try and talk about whatever the hell happened last night and other stuff. I'm sure of it. There will be news. There will be conversation. I'll be here. Y'all stuck with us for an hour and a half tonight on a show that probably would have maybe done an hour if they didn't do whatever the hell that was. Thanks to everyone who popped in. Thanks to the super chatters. Thanks to y'all. Leave a thumbs up on the way out. For Cresta, you know who I am. You know who she is. I told you who she is. Ladies, gentlemen, friends beyond the binary. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers.